Hey fellow aviators! Despite being developed by a single person, TFS is a kind of game that gets regularly updated. The last few years have been especially fruitful, with great new features, like SAM batteries and explosions, the skyhook feature, and even new aircraft. With 2026 just around the corner, let's talk about the new updates that may arrive with it. Let's first talk about the definite features, the ones that are at least 75% developed, meaning they will almost certainly arrive next year. The first feature is the MV40 Special Operations VTOL, currently 95% developed. It's needed for the long-awaited gunships mode, which I've recently talked about as well. The MV40, already released in February 2025, is easily one of the best TFS planes when it comes to characteristics, but apparently it's still not fully finished. What could the remaining 5% be? Quite possibly these features: DIRCM, directional infrared countermeasures that confuse heat-seeking missiles by shining laser beams at them, and a radar jammer that can jam radar detection systems, including radar-guided missiles. Also, alternative livery too, which is shown in the liveries tab. Next, also 95% developed, is the MS-26 Special Operations Seaplane, which the developer calls the best choice for scouting missions within the Gunships game mode campaign. The MS-26 was released in September 2025 in update 1.34. When it comes to the remaining 5%, we can't say much. The only confirmed addition is the alternative livery. Either that's the only unfinished feature, or the developers simply decided not to tease the other things coming to this plane. Next is the improved free flight menu, 95% developed. The reason for the update is simple. The developer wants to make room for additional customizations. In case you don't know, here's how the TFS free flight menu looked before update 1.30.4, and here's how it looks after. It was a controversial change the part of the community didn't support at first, but it's been a while, and I believe we've all gotten used to the new menu, with many players never even seeing the old one. Comment below if you never knew about the old menu until now, lol. Next, 95% developed, the Fulton Skyhook feature, described as the ability to pick up cargo such as ammo crates. This feature was released in June 2025 in update 1.33. Unfortunately, we don't have any information on what else could be improved in the current Skyhook system. Next, 90% developed, improved visual details for all aircraft added prior to the PS26. This includes transparent windows, additional doors, sensors, and more. Pretty self-explanatory, attention to detail matters. Next, 75% developed, flare, chaff, and directional infrared countermeasures for the MC400, MV40, MS-26, MC-130, and later for gunships. All of these planes already have flare and chaff decoys, but they're missing the DIRCM and radar jammer we talked about earlier. An interesting detail: the MC-130's radar jammer description is different. It says, requires a radom of type Spec Ops, or long. That's because unlike the MC-400, MV-40, and MS-26, the MC-130 has multiple radom types. And again, the MS-26 currently lacks DIRCM and radar jammer features in its defensive systems. Now it's time for the likely features, the ones that might get added if AXGamesoft continues to work actively on them. They're at least 45% done. First is the improved damage system, susceptible to weapons damage, with fire, smoke, and explosion effects, 60% developed. We already got the fire, explosion, and smoke effects in update 1.31, but apparently there's more coming. We don't know what the remaining 40% includes though. Whatever makes the game more realistic is always welcome. Next, 50% done. More secrets showing the progress made in creating the gunships. In case you don't know, secrets are special Easter egg buildings that feature model mockups of upcoming aircraft, vehicles, and more. They can be found using the E-42's signal detector, or by randomly flying around the map. I've previously covered all of them in a separate video, so make sure to check it out. The new secrets mentioned here will likely display features related to the upcoming gunships mode. Hopefully we get to see them soon. Next, also 50% developed, the A-42, a gunship variant of the RL-42. I've talked about gunships in an older video, so expect some flashbacks. A-42, 50% developed, A42 is obviously based on the RL and E42. Today, we can already see how it looks. One of the Easter eggs added in update 1.31 was the A42 model mockup. AC-130, 45% developed. When it first got mentioned, no C-130s were in the game yet. Nowadays, we have 3 variants. The original C-130 added in late 2022, plus the HC-130 and MC-130 added later on. Just like A42, an AC-130 mockup secret was added in update 1.31, showing us how the aircraft will look. AC-400, 45% developed. We don't have an official mockup for it yet, but remember the Gatling gun and cannons assembly we talked about earlier. Those will be part of the AC-400. Even though we don't currently have the official model, a few years back, AC-400 files were discovered inside the game files, and the potential model was leaked. Here's how that plane will possibly look. Now, let's move on to the possible features, the ones that are less than 45% developed, meaning their chances of being added are relatively low. So, next, 25% developed AV40. AV40, 25% developed. We don't have any official info about this one, but we can assume it will be close to the MV40, with the only difference being the cannons. Here's the concept of how it may look. With the gunship aircraft done, the next feature is hostile military vehicles equipped with weapons, 15% developed. So we'll be getting more ground enemies than just the SAM batteries we already have. Can't wait to dodge their attacks and possibly fight back. Next, finally, the gunship's mode itself. Unfortunately, even after 4 years since its announcement, it's only 8% developed, which is fair. It's really complicated. There's a lot to cover, so watch my separate video about it instead. Next, 5% done, weapons added to some of the current vehicles. That would be useful for fighting against the hostile vehicles mentioned earlier. Pretty self-explanatory. Next, 5% developed, improved autopilot. The goal is to add features for gunships mode, but we don't know which exact ones. Maybe an autocannon mode, lol. Next, a small deserted island with a single airport, used for training and target practice for the upcoming gunships. Self-explanatory. I've talked about this one in a separate video too, if you want more predictions. Next, just 2% developed, thermal infrared mode for search cameras installed on aircraft. This mode detects heat emitted by objects, allowing players to see in total darkness, through smoke or fog. And the final feature, with unknown development progress, is civilian road traffic. Basically, different AI vehicles driving on TFS roads. This will require the developer to widen the roads. So, what can I say in conclusion? Currently, there are a lot of TFS features in development. Some are almost done, some are in their early stages. But what really matters is the fact that the game keeps improving every single year. Let's give the developer as much time as he needs. Every update always proves that it was worth the wait. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to hit the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.